All right, so let's start with just pretty much where we were last week and where we're gonna head this week. So obviously last week we were above this area of interest, bullish on the weekly. If you guys remember with NZD CAD, originally, we wanted this to have a stronger pullback into this level to go long, right? But as you guys can tell, that had it happen. We broke above the weekly area of interest. So when we go out here to um, the daily, we needed the break above this structure point to go bullish, right? To wait for our longs, etc. So if you notice, we did have the break above, which was pretty much this right here. But if you notice, when you had the retest, strategy wasn't met, nothing was there, never took the trade. See the importance of putting these zones, because if you notice what happened as soon as we broke under the zone, pretty much retested it, sell. So finding how to place these area of interest correctly is going to be so key, because that's literally all it is. Because once you put these levels across the chart, whenever you're under, you're going to sell. Whenever you're above, you're going to buy. That's literally the secret. That is literally it. So as of right now, we got, let me just clean this up a little bit. Right now, we obviously now we're gonna for sure head over here now. So we're gonna definitely come to this area of interest to then have the push to the upside. So I think I need a solid pullback to this level. And then we drag this zone. And again, I literally just got to the charts right now. We have level of support, support, resistance, resistance, support. This is a dope level. I'm actually gonna take this off for now because it's gonna just fill up the chart for no reason. Take this off and take this off, right? So this is what looks solid on the weekly. On the daily, with a coincidence, it'll be a nice pullback to retest daily EMA and potential daily structure level. So we could almost even, I'd say, extend this up a little bit. So where's the middle of it? Let's just add it from here. I mean, this is a pretty big zone already, not gonna lie. Maybe we could just adjust it like that, right? And then if we go down to the 4 hour, yeah. So you see how solid, like, tell me it just doesn't look like it's missing something. Like it's literally missing that leg to come into here to then go down. So that leg right there will then give us this EMA to then come down. It's just perfect. I actually really, really like this. So this is going to be a very nice intraday trade to the downside. So we're going to come in here, set our alarm right around the middle of the zone. So we have going to be at our area of interest. You guys have any questions with that one? Simple, clear, simple. Got the same thing. Fire. Yeah, the goal is for you guys to get on your charts before you guys get on with me. So you guys figure out your top 3 for the week. And if it matches my top 3, you guys are pretty much golden. You guys are headed in the right way, right? That's the goal to get here. So if you guys notice with Euro GBP, exactly what we were looking for last week happened. We had the same exact left head and then right shoulder from here happen right here. It's never got, never got the pullback to enter the trade. It is what it is. This is where a lot of people, where I get asked this all the time, and I want to say this now, and I want to make sure you guys truly understand this. What do we do now? Or what do we do when this happens? What do we do when we miss this trade? How do we fix it? And the answer is you don't. Nothing. You literally do nothing. You keep the strategy the same way how you were going. If you needed this pullback to take the trade long, next time you get a trade that does this right here, that gives you this pattern, let's say it gives you this, you're not going to buy it now, bro, just because the last one took off without you. You need to do the same thing your trading plan and your strategy is telling you. If you guys look at the Instagram story that I posted today, I got a flashback from Snapchat 3 years ago. And I literally said it in the video. I'm like, bro, I know this pair is about to take off. It's because it was the time, there was news, and it was just rejecting the way I wanted it to. And I literally said it. I did not take the trade because there wasn't at least 4 confidence to take it. And I was okay with literally watching it take off, even though I knew what was going to happen, because it did not meet my rules. So this shit, this would have been nice. Imagine catching this right here and fucking catching this whole entire move. That would have been dope, but it's not according to your trading plan. Simply move on. For this week, I'm sure you guys already know what we're looking for. It's very textbook, very simple. The weekly needs this pullback into here to go to the upside. The daily needs the pullback to this level here to go to the upside. See, I made it. So we're getting the bottom of the zone. The bottom of the zone is the weekly bodies, and the top of the zone is the daily bodies. You guys see that? Type 1 if it makes sense. Type 2 if no. Just want to make sure it's very simple. All right, perfect. So go down to the 4-hour. What a coincidence. Same exact thing. We're going to be retesting 4-hour structure, and then the EMA is going to come in here, hopefully use it as support. So this one's looking also very solid. So we're just going to put an alarm here in the middle of the zone. We'll put at area of interest, at area of interest, right? This is that. GBP USD. GBP USD. Okay, yeah. So GBP USD last week, we were waiting for a retest of this area right here to go long. We go down to the daily. We actually did get the pullback. We got the bullish engulfing. And why didn't we take this trade short? I mean, why didn't we trade this? Oh, okay, yeah, I know why. Because when I took this trade long, I was actually looking at it. I saw it after this 1-hour candlestick closed. So I saw it when it was like this. And again, your stop loss needs to be under the point where if the body has a pullback and it closes under, you're completely wrong, right? So again, I don't give a shit how big my literally my stop loss could be 125 pips, doesn't matter. But the thing that was messing me up is my first take profit was going to be this daily structure point right here. I didn't want to have a daily take profit of this structure point. I felt like it was a little bit too much. So my first daily take profit was going to be this point right here. I mean, you notice with that type of stop loss, the risk to reward wasn't going to be it. It wasn't going to be like my ideal swing trade, because if you notice, the daily went bearish when having the pullback. So we had higher low, higher high, and then we went bearish. So you guys are seeing like the importance of just looking at the structure. So when I went bearish, too big of a stop loss, I just wasn't comfortable with this, so I didn't take the trade. Now we're having a bigger pullback on the weekly, which is fine, perfectly fine, because if you notice, we're still above the weekly structure point. So we're at the exact point where we only have two things to do, like always. But if we're going to remain bullish, we literally have to go up from here. Or if not, we'll body close under retest, and then we're going to start heading to the downside. So what I think this week can possibly happen is maybe it can just stall a little bit, but this is very strong momentum for the last 2 days. If you notice the movement, a lot of movement happened on like the last couple of hours on Friday. So for now, GBP USD, I'm simply not interested. So we're gonna put it at the bottom. Euro AUD, Euro AUD. I don't even remember. I think Euro AUD, we're probably looking for shorts. Look at yeah, we're probably looking for shorts around here. Oh yeah, so we were looking for shorts on Euro AUD. The moment, it's crazy because like it's so simple. I was looking for shorts. I'm sure you guys remember. Again, just go watch the recording. If you notice, the 4-hour went bullish here. We went lower low, whatever, and then we went higher high, higher low, higher high. I'm like, all right, the only way I would take this trade short is if we break under this structure level. The moment we body close under the structure level, I'll wait for a pullback, take a trade short, right? Because like that's when we have the shift of structure, and that's when this time frame will go bearish. If you notice, the body never closed under that structure point, giving us a new higher high, making this now the new higher low. So sticking to my plan there, avoided this loss for me. We're still technically bearish on the weekly. Not really, never mind, because we body closed above. I just don't really like how it looks. Looks a little confusing. So I simply just get it out the way. USD JPY. USD JPY, we're looking for shorts. Waiting for the break and structure after this point. So we were waiting for the break and retest of this level right here. I see we had it. Why didn't I take it? I didn't even think I was paying attention to this one. The retest did happen a little fast. Not saying you couldn't have gotten it. I'm gonna be honest, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. This is just way too fast to enter the trade. I don't use sell limits or buy limits. So it's just a trade I would have just not taken. Completely missed. For this week, we're still bearish. Daily is still technically bearish. This is lower high, this is lower low. I'm just good. Doesn't look attractive. Like again, you just have to ask yourself what looks cleaner, finding a trade like that or just taking this trade. Like that's really all you got to ask yourself. That's literally all I'm trying to do. Which one looks cleaner? Those other three are taking this sell. So I don't even like if I can't make something out of it quick and I had to do extensive research, that's it. I'm already good. So gold. So if you guys remember last week, I pretty much called this perfectly. Looks exactly how NZD CAD looked. So how I said was it NZD CAD or was it yeah, it was NZD CAD. I'm like, oh, how it's overbought, I guess, and it needs the retracement. If you notice, gold did exactly that. So we were too bullish, and then I told you guys it needed the retracement. The only way I would look to take the trade shorts is if we break under the structure level, have the retest and sell. I didn't catch this again because I don't really trade gold, but like I just liked how the movement looked. My strategy, you can pretty much apply it to anything and it'll work. So if you guys notice, it's pretty easy, pretty predictable what's going to happen next. So it's the same thing. We're going to have a pullback into this level, and then we're going to sell to the downside. Why do I think we're going to have a pullback from this level? Because if you notice, what a coincidence, where price pulled up to, it is a level of support, level of resistance, level of resistance. So this is a strong level where we can have the pullback to sell. I will not consider the buys at all. Buying against this big candlestick is not the most ideal situation. You wouldn't want to be doing that. If anything, you would want to sell over here if it comes back, or buy down here and then sell it pretty much all the way. But since we are pulling up to this weekly structure level, it could have a continuation to the upside. You never know. I don't think this is a strong enough pullback. And I don't think after such a strong weekly bearish candle, we can have now a bullish one. Is it a possibility? For sure. Like we literally never know what the market's going to do. But for now, all I would be waiting for is just a retracement to this level to then have this sell to the downside. So I'm just going to keep it there. Probably won't trade it, but I like how it looks. AUD CAD on the weekly. Hold on. All right, so AUD CAD on the weekly time frame. So we were waiting for the pullback into this level to go long. The daily, we got the pullback into the level. The 4 hour, we got the shift. Probably just wasn't looking at the market at the time for this trade either. But you would have gotten either taken out at break even or maybe a loss, depending where you would have entered the trade. Now things have changed simply by just marking off the zone. So we can be looking for longs now at this point right here. Because if you notice, we are definitely bullish on the weekly time frame. We have a level of support, resistance, support, just looking solid. The daily time frame though has gone bearish, so that's not something to be excited about. Let's pop up the same zone we had here. It's definitely a valid zone, so we got to keep it into consideration. Yeah, definitely a valid zone. But we know why the daily's bearish, right? Because the weekly needed this pullback to go long. Can we still take some longs? I'll be honest, I'll be more interested in taking the shorts because right now this is how this is looking. This is looking like this. So we have 2 time frames to go bearish. If you notice, daily time frame is bearish and the 4 hour time frame is bearish. So I would be waiting for a pullback into this level to take the trade short. It literally just looks beautiful. Like if this were to play out, I would feel very confident that that would play out. Same thing on the daily time frame. Once this plays out, I feel like that'll be very beautiful to have continuation to the downside. So I'm gonna have my alarm here. The same spot I was looking to buy. Now I'll be looking to sell. GJ. This is crazy. We got the same exact markups. Glad to see. So yeah, like this is like after you guys start seeing the markets week in, week out, you guys start getting on these zooms, you guys start watching like if you put in the work, of course you guys are gonna have the same thing. Like I'm human. Like I have no special skill set that you guys can't learn. I have no magic, nothing like nothing different than you guys. Only difference that I have from you guys is I'm just ahead of you guys in time. I've just put in more time versus you guys. That's the only difference between you guys and me. That's literally it. But once you start watching these videos week in, week out, you guys are gonna catch up to me without a fucking doubt. Because when I'm not trading, you guys have that hunger that I had at the level where you guys are now. So you guys are gonna definitely get the same vision and you just start seeing things the same. It's just a matter of execution. I have nothing different than you guys at all. I've just seen the patterns more times than you. GJ, my computer is tripping. GJ, I'll be honest, I don't really like GJ. I mean, I guess it sells, maybe. But nothing excites me here. I mean, if I were to mark something off, maybe, but nothing excites me. So I don't really want anything with GJ. NZD USD. So we have the weekly. This looks very similar to something else we got here. Yeah, look, yeah, obviously they're literally the same thing. It's an NZD pair. Yeah, this looks very similar to. I think I threw it down here. But whatever. NZD USD. NZD. Oh, is AUD? Okay, I'll check it out. So NZD USD, we got weekly, we got the daily bearish, and then we got the 4-hour. Bro, what does this look? This looks literally the same as a pair I was just doing right now. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's the same thing. If you notice, we got the weekly is bullish. So we're obviously at the level where we can potentially create the higher high. So let's take this off. Let's take this off. Let's take that off. Extend this a little bit. Take that off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just waiting for the pullback to sell. Looks literally like AUD cat. Same thing. Not that crazy about it though, because the weekly is bullish. So yeah, for now we'll just put it down here. Euro JPY. Euro JPY. We are bearish. We were looking for sells last week. Body closing under. So if you guys noticed last week, we were waiting for the break under the structure point. Once you get the break, then you need the pullback. And once you get the pullback, here we need to shift the structure to take the sell down. If you notice, never happened, never take the trade. That's why you got to stick to your trading plan, stick to your rules. So as of right now, if we were to react and adapt, we can maybe look for longs, but I'm good. Looks a little choppy. Just throw it to the bottom. NZDJPY looks very similar to GJ. Literally copy paste what GJ looks like. But we look decent. Lower, higher, low. 4 hours bullish. Daily is bullish. I'm good. GBP This is so annoying. I love this pair, but it's gotta get above here. Throw it to the bottom. CAD JPY. CAD JPY. I'm good. Euro USD. Hmm. I mean, we are pulling up to a nice zone. I'm good. AUD JPY. Already threw CAD JPY down. AUD JPY. What the fuck is all this? Hey, having all these things. Yeah, this is probably from like the boot camp. Yeah, even though we're nowhere near up here, I just need to have that clean. I just don't even want to see that. It's just, I don't even want to know that's up there. All right, so weekly is bearish. The daily is bullish. See this, like this just looks so much better, literally. All right, this is cool. So we got weekly time frame bearish, but if you notice, we're coming back and retesting the weekly structure point, retesting weekly EMA. When we go down to the daily time frame, you notice the daily is bullish. So we got higher high, potential higher low, beautiful, currently, beautiful daily bullish engulfing. If it closes like this, that'd be super dope. But again, it is Sunday. We still got 19 hours for that candlestick to close. We don't trade on Sundays. We know that because we got to wait for the wick to be created. The 4-hour is bearish. So this is how we're looking here. This is obviously the majority is screaming sells. All right, let's double check the daily. Yeah, the daily's good. 4-hour. I guess what I would want for this to happen is I would want for the daily to close bullish. And then if I can get the daily is bullish. Oh, let's okay. Yeah, no, you got it. Yeah, never mind. The daily is bearish. Looking at it here, lower low, lower high, lower low. The daily is technically bearish. Never mind. You guys got me. Yeah. I was just looking at this little piece here. No, appreciate it. Yeah, AUD never mind. We're good. AUD USD, nothing. USD CAD, bullish, daily, bullish, 4-hour, bullish, beautiful, simple, easy trade. All I need is a pullback to go long. Beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. Yes, this is exactly what I want. So if you guys notice, we have a beautiful weekly bullish momentum, beautiful weekly bullish engulfing candlestick, rejection from 13300, rejection from weekly area of interest. We got resistance, 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 support all throughout here. We go down to the daily rejection from the structure point. Then the daily goes bullish. So now we're just waiting on the same exact thing on that right shoulder to go long. We could have a little pullback. We could have a medium pullback. We could have a big pullback. We just want to wait for the secret sauce. The secret sauce is the shift of structure in this zone right here. So where we can potentially have the first pullback would be around here, which would be the 4-hour EMA. This is where we want to go down to the lower time frame, wait for the shift of structure, and we can catch this John to the upside. So this is definitely going to be my number one. This is my number one. And then all of these other pairs, I said I'm not interested in. All right, but so what we got for this week, we got, if I were to organize them from top to bottom, gold goes in the bottom because I'm just not interested. This goes first. This would go. No, this would go second. This would go third, and this will go fourth. So we got USD CAD. You guys already know. We just did it. Little pullback to go long. Euro GBP. We missed it last week because of the head and shoulders, but it is what it is. Euro GBP. Now we're waiting for that wick pullback to go long. Keep in mind, you guys need to ask yourselves before you're gonna take this trade: is this trade capable of creating a wick, and then after creating a wick, having a bullish candlestick? Be realistic with yourselves. Can it happen? Yes, but be realistic with that. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the momentum and just thinking just because we had the pullback, now we got to have the push. Because remember, if we create that wick, that means this candlestick is going to be fully red at one point. And then that means that that candlestick has to fully retrace and then surpass the highs. So it's got to do some movement. It could definitely do it. You guys see it does it in all these times. It does it every year. But keep that in mind. NZD CAD, same exact thing. If you notice, it's smaller, right? It's a smaller wick, but it's got to do the same thing. It's got to give us that wick into here. And then the candlestick has to come back and then keep pushing through. So you got to be realistic with yourselves and be like, hey, can this candlestick do all of that this week? So be realistic. And then AUD CAD, it's literally the same exact thing. Can this give us this wick and the candlestick come back and then sell? And then same thing with gold.